Hi everyone, and welcome back to Fun Car Reviews. Today we're gonna make a very short video review and test drive of the Mercedes G-Class G63 AMG with, if I remember well, 570 horsepower and 740 pound-feet of torque. So this is a massive car with a massive engine. So of course, when we will drive it, we will probably, feel that this car is extremely heavy, although it has a lot of power. So that's gonna be interesting to see how this car drives. But it's like a boat, so I guess that the stability is maybe not the best. So we have some 20 inches wheels with very nice disc brakes and red calipers. We've got the two exhaust pipes from both sides of the car, and again here a massive disc and caliper, which is really necessary to stop a car such as this one. So we're gonna see now how is the engine bay. If I can open it, just wait a sec, it's a bit hot. And there we go. So this is a very nice engine bay with a V8 inside, which has all you need to have this massive power. The engine bay is really clean, and it takes really a lot of room, this engine. It's really beautiful. And now let's see how the car is from the inside. So let's start with the back as usual, just to see how much space do we have. So we are in a bit of a slope, and to enter the car it's very hard. So let's start with the rear window, the rear door. Well, we've got some red leather, which is quite soft, and a one that is a little bit harder. And it's a very nice door, but as it is a J-Class, it's very very square, very hard. We have to slam the doors, everything is hard, but comfortable enough. You've got the AMG sign here, which is backlighted, and we've got those nice seats, which reminds us of the colors of the doors that are red and black. So I'm gonna try to jump in, because this is the correct term. That's not a figure of speech. My god, very hard to enter this car. So you have to have a strong back to enter this one. So we've got of course to open the window, we've got the warm seat function in the back, and we've got the ashtray, which is interesting because usually you don't really find ashtrays in the back of the car, but that is an expensive one. I guess that some people don't drive it and they're just in the back. So in terms of leg space, we don't have that much leg space actually. The front seats are configured for my height, and I do find that I'm seated comfortably, for my back and everything, but it's it's not enough room for the legs. I do feel a little bit blocked. And but for the for the headspace, there is way enough headspace for me to take like 10 centimeters more and have enough space. So we have also this massive bay here, where you can put your bottle, and here, which is interesting, that now we have some place. So that's good if you have probably as a third person in the back. So otherwise nothing special in this car. It's a very simple one, so there is nothing much to see. But which is interesting is that you also got the some leather in the back, so to remind you that, well, it's an expensive car. And I'm going to try to get up and see, try to show you in the front what do we have. And you really gotta slam this door. And once again, we have the same finishing you know, in the front with the same design, the same materials, so nothing special. We've got a lot of buttons here to control the seat, the front seat, and again they're the same than in the back. They are really comfortable, and I think that here we've got some button to control, you know, the if you can adjust the seat to your body. So I'm gonna try to again jump in this. Oh my god. Hopla. And there we are. So in terms of space inside, it's a lot of room. Actually, there is no problem on this side for both places. You've got here the little handle when you have some big slopes, that you have some big hills you have to take up or down, which you can easily do with such power. And so we've got the same buttons on the other side. Now in terms of in the console, well, it's as usual, it's the same style than the other Mercedeses of the same year, you know, like the 10 years ago they had this console with all those buttons. So as usual with Mercedes, there is a lot of buttons, a lot of, you know, dials and everything, which may be a bit too much, well, for me. And here we have those 3 special buttons specific for this for this car. I don't remember why in English what they are called. I think it's for the differential, to configure the differential. And you've got here, well, the all around you have these how do you call this, carbon fiber like or look. I don't know if it's real or if it's an imitation. It looks real, well, I guess so with the price of this car. And we have this nice shift, which is, you know, it has a hole in between. It's quite funny. It's very small, very practical. I do find a bit strange that the, you know, the P has its own button and it's not, you know, in the and it's not in here, you know, like other automatic cars. When I would like to park it, well, usually I put the rear gear instead of, you know, parking it. This is just something to get used to. You can switch between manual, standard sport mode, and the, you know, standard automatic mode. And I think, well, that's it for the inside. We've got the big multimedia screen here. I will not go through the options this time. And we've got the, you know, the usual how you say this, well, the usual stuff in front of you, but with a racing you know, finition that you can see here in the back. So it's a very, very nice car, but, you know, it's a very simple one. It's different from other Mercedeses, but it's extremely powerful. So we will make now a little drive, a little one, not a long one, because I don't have much time with this car. And what will be funny is that we are so high. It's like we are the king of the world here. And it's good to have the turn signals here, because it's like a reference, you know, so you can see how much room you are taking on the space you are taking on the road. And we've got here the open roof. Well, very nice car, very simple, very powerful, and we're gonna see what it does on the road. And here we are. We're gonna test drive the car a little bit. Donc on va faire un petit tour avec la voiture, pas trop long cette fois-ci. Alors voyons un peu le bruit des pots en démarrant, tiens. Let's see how the exhausts are. Ok, allons-y, let's go. car goes really strong. For stability, well, it's not quite that. The car moves a lot on every side. No, it's like a boat, but the acceleration is really impressive. Donc la voiture bouge beaucoup. En termes de stabilité, c'est sûr qu'il y a beaucoup mieux, mais en termes de puissance, par contre, c'est vrai que la voiture elle donne beaucoup. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this little review and test drive of the car. Well, in summary, this car is just great in terms of, you know, power and looks, because, well, it's quite square, but for myself, you know, I find it's a beautiful car, very powerful, and you can have some fun with it, but not too much, because on the stability side, it's really not that great. You can sleep easily because it has, you know, way too much power, and it's a very heavy car, but otherwise it was a really fun review. So I hope you enjoyed it. Bye bye. Alors voilà, j'espère que vous avez apprécié un peu cette petite revue de cette voiture avec le petit test sur route. En résumé, moi je trouve que c'est une voiture qui est quand même vraiment belle, alors qui est très carrée, hein. Par contre c'est vraiment encore le style un peu de l'ancien modèle, voilà, très carré, découpé, un peu voilà, très carré. Mais sinon l'intérieur est quand même assez joli, mais surtout la puissance, elle est juste assez hallucinante. Les accélérations, elles sont vraiment bonnes malgré son poids. Et c'était un super moment de la conduire. Par contre, en termes d'essence, pour le peu qu'on a roulé, c'est vraiment parti très vite. In terms of fuel, it went really fast. Mais voilà, j'espère que vous aurez apprécié cette petite revue, et à bientôt. Salut.